10 masterpieces in the history of cinema that you should not miss. The list of top movies on the imdb website depends on the rating of the movies on this site and may change over the time. However, so far these 10 cinematic masterpieces are ranked first to 10th among the top 250 films on this reliable site. Number 10. Fight Club. The 1999 film is based on the novel of the same name and is a social drama with a psychological and sociological theme. It was directed by David Fincher and Edward Norton. Brad Pitt and Helena Carter starred in it. Number 9. Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King. This fantasy epic film is based on the second and third volumes of the Lord of the Rings novel by J.R.R. Tolkien. If you are interested in the genre of epic and fictional films, subscribe our YouTube channel to watch the rest of this video and more. With the presence of strange creatures and fairies, you will surely like the series of Lord of the Rings. The film has won 11 Oscars and has been sold more than $1 billion at the box office. Number 8. 12 Angry Men. This drama is one of the most memorable and best films in the history of cinema, about the 12 men on the jury of a court who gather together during the court breathing time and before the final vote. 12 Angry Men, directed by Sidney Lumet, was nominated for 3 Oscars for Best Director, Best Photo and Best Screenplay, and won the Golden Bear at the Berlin Film Festival. Number 7. Schindler's List. The 1993 film is about a German businessman named Oskar Schindler who saved the lives of thousands of Jewish fugitives in the Holocaust and hired them at his factory. In 1993, the famous American director Steven Spielberg, with his Schindler's List, added 7 Oscars to his award showcase. Number 6. The Good, the Bad and the Ugly, an Italian westerner known in the western film genre as spaghetti westerners. The Good, the Bad and the Ugly, directed by Sergio Leone and starring Clint Eastwood, Eli Wallach and Lee Van Cleef. The language of the film is Italian English, and the story is about the exciting adventures of 3 men with good, bad and ugly characters. Number 5. Pulp Fiction, Popular Story. Pulp Fiction is the brilliant work of the famous American director Quentin Tarantino, starring John Travolta, Bruce Willis, and Samuel L. Jackson and Uma Thurman. Produced in 1994, is considered one of the most avant-garde and advanced American films up to now. Pulp Fiction is one of the best films in the history of cinema because of its brilliant dialogues and unique script. Number 4. The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight, produced and written by Christopher Nolan in 2008. The film, based on the Batman comic book character, is the sequel of the first Batman movie from Nolan, which was produced in 2005. Christian Bale, Morgan Freeman, and Heath Ledger are among the most famous actors in The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight has been nominated for 8 Oscars, including Best Sound Edition and Best Supporting Actor for Heath Ledger. Number 3. The Godfather Part 2. The Godfather Part 2, 1974, is an epic crime film directed and produced by Francis Ford Coppola. The film stars are Al Pacino and Robert De Niro. It's interesting to note that Godfather Part 2 was more successful at the 1974 Oscars, winning Best Film, Best Director, Best Adapted Screenplay, Best Supporting Actor for Robert De Niro, Best Film Music, and Best Artistic Directing. Number 2. The Godfather 1. The second film in the list of site selection and one of the best films in the history of cinema, is the first part of the classic crime fiction masterpiece Francis Ford Coppola from the trilogy Godfather. The Godfather 1 was nominated for 11 Oscars at the 1972 Oscars, winning Best Picture, Best Actor, and Best Adapted Screenplay. Number 1. The Shawshank Redemption. Written and directed by Frank Darabont in 1994, the American drama stars Tim Robbins and Morgan Freeman. The top 100 film critics in the world have rated the film with 80 points, and so far the film selected by the site is in the top 250 films in the history of cinema. Viewers' score for this movie is 9.2 from 10.